bet I get just as much thrill, if not a lot more, out of riding this motorcycle than he does from that Maserati. And I paid a whole lot less for it. Hi again, motorcycle enthusiasts, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. This is Kickstand Up. Just commuting home on this afternoon. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about the joy of commuting across Phoenix, Arizona. Now, commuting doesn't normally sound like something very exciting to vlog about, but I think it's a lot of fun. So the V-strom 650 is a great commuting bike. Big mirrors, you can see all around you, behind you, beside you. It's lightweight, it goes around the corners very well. Stops and accelerates very well. Has all the power you need for around town, and it's not too tall for an adventure bike. I have a 30-inch inseam and I can reach the ground just fine. I haven't really felt the need to get those lowering links that are available for this. You can lower it like an inch or so. Some lowering links, but I haven't found the need to do that. I usually end up at an intersection with my right foot on the peg holding the brake and my left foot on the ground, flat foot. But even with both feet down, I can touch the balls of my feet on the road, so I'm fine with that. When I first got this bike, I had intended to take the highway and save some time getting to work or getting home, because they have these carpool lanes you can ride in. You can bypass all the stops traffic there. But I started exploring these back roads, alternate routes to work and home, and I really just enjoy going on these back streets and finding different ways to go home. Scenery is a lot better. Makes for a much more interesting ride. And I'm not really in a big hurry to get to work or get home. It takes me an extra 10 minutes maybe to take these back streets, but it's so much worth it. Cloudy today, and I like that. Usually the sun is right in my eyes, either going to work or coming home. I sort of cut through Phoenix diagonally, going through Paradise Valley and out to Tempe and back. If you're not familiar with Phoenix, Phoenix is laid out in a grid with all the major roads being about a mile apart from each other, which normally that would make for a very boring layout of a city for a motorcycle rider, not having any curves or anything. But there are these mountain islands throughout the city, and I go through 3 or 4 or 5, maybe 6 of those things, Depends on how you count them. 5 or 6 of them. Kind of like mini mountains. They're just like mountain islands of desert landscape. I mean, I can ride along these mountains for 4 or 5 miles at a time. Enjoy the scenery. Especially in the morning when the sun's coming up. Some of these mountains really look nice. Well, another great thing about commuting on the V-strom, or any motorcycle really, but this particular motorcycle, the V-strom 650, gets about 60 to 64 miles per gallon. You see a road that you haven't been up before and you just want to take the time to go explore, you don't worry about the gas. I really don't worry about the time so much because I'm having fun. And just look at the view of this Camelback Mountain. It's awesome. I don't know, I'll just go up this road a little bit, even though I know it's a dead end, just to see the view of the mountain from this angle. Just to show you what I'm talking about. These little mountain islands, mini mountains, there's usually hiking trails up these mountains. But the only mountain that really has a road all the way up it is South Mountain. There's lots of videos on the YouTube of guys going up that. That's a great little ride. But this is one of the best features of Phoenix, I think, in my opinion. Now I'm not going to go up any further because this is probably somebody's house, but just going to turn around here. I don't know if you can see it, but here, I'll stop right here. There's the Valley of the Sun on a cloudy day. Beautiful. So what I was saying is the great thing about commuting through Phoenix is you can always just take the time, go explore a little side road through a neighborhood that you have never been in before. I mean, that is just a spectacular view right there. And these people paid over $1 million for it, and I just got it for free on the motorcycle. I kind of like the fact that the V-strom is kind of a quiet bike, so if you do go through these neighborhoods, it doesn't really bother anybody so much, as far as I know. Entering a little part of the valley called Paradise Valley. It's actually its own town, but it's not a real town as we all understand towns to be downtown areas and gas stations and grocery stores and stuff. It's pretty much like the Beverly Hills of Phoenix. And they don't have any of those things. So it does make for a scenic route to take to work. I enjoy it. I go about 27 miles one way to work. 27 to 30 depending on the route that I take. And to tell you the truth, I wouldn't be unhappy if it was twice that far. And I love my pickup truck, but I don't remember ever getting home and saying, wow, I wish my ride home was a little bit longer. I know I get better gas mileage than that Prius in front of me, and I bet you I have a lot more enjoyable ride than he does. But to each his own. I mean, cars and trucks, they have their purpose too. But if you can, commute on a motorcycle, I would highly recommend it, because It makes the ride a lot of fun. It's just great being outside, enjoying the weather. This October has been pretty warm, but it's still nice out. Middle of October, it's still, what does my temperature gauge say? I'll have to check that. 95 degrees it says. Fortunately it's cloudy today though. It does get a little bit warm on the afternoon on the way home, but early in the morning it's fantastic. 70 degrees, high 60s or something. That's awesome riding weather. I have this mesh jacket on, the Phoenix Ion mesh jacket, and it's perfect for this kind of weather. As you might have guessed, the name like Phoenix Ion, must be built for warm weather, and it is. It has a wide mesh material. The air just flows through pretty well. I'm also testing out a new microphone, the Sony ECM CS3, I think it is. I got the numbers right on that. Thank you, Arizona RE, for suggesting that. I watched your video, your setup video, and it looks like a good option. Going about 60 miles per hour right now. And my last microphone was fine for the most part, but as you got up to the higher speeds, the wind turbulence would just cut it out a little bit. So we'll see how this microphone does. Same location, down there by my chin. I did cover it up with some cotton material. No sweatband from the 1980s that I had. So we'll see how that sounds. And Arizona RE sounds great. And a lot of other guys too with different microphones, they sound great or pretty good. But I have had the hardest time getting any of these microphones to really get the kind of audio that I've heard on other channels. But it has a lot to do with how the wind hits your helmet, which helmet you're wearing, and which bike you have, which windscreen on your bike you have. So just gotta experiment with it, I guess, until you find something that works right for you. I think Adventure Two Wheels uses a Sena system, and he sounds great too. Arizona Desert Dog, he sounds great. I'm not sure what he uses though. So hopefully this setup will sound good enough for me anyway. We will see. So one last check. Here going a little bit faster, 65 miles per hour. We'll see how this sounds right here. So that just about does it for my second motovlog. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you on the YouTube. Take care.